Dominique, banished to the hills with a very beautiful 3.5 Cabriolet with my very good friend and ex-colleague, Mercedes Matt is your name.
Hello.
Matt, did I say that all right?
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't give this car the title it deserves.
It is a 3.5 cab, that's definitely like him for it. It's a 1971 280 SE 3.5 Cabriolet in factory right-hand drive.
Oh my God, we're in the beautiful rolling hills of Victoria, and I just want to pretend that my face doesn't look like a bag full of snakes right now. So I feel like I'm driving a really luxurious leather lounge suite, and I mean that with like the utmost respect, you know?
Yeah. We go right up here, that was the...
Thank you. When I think V8 convertibles, cabriolets, I think big, yachty, boaty style things. This is friggin' tight and smooth. Listen to that. Man, it's like a savage car boat yacht.
Yes. It is a land yacht.
And this is a really rare car as well.
Yeah, I think in the 3.5 V8 in the Cabriolet, I don't know the exact figures, I think it's 1,200 and something, but right-hand drive, there's only 68 in the wheel.
It's like how many brain cells I have left since, you know...
66 after you just said that.
Inhaling classic car fumes my entire life, and you're the same.
So good for you though.
It is so good. But no, seriously, like what a young kid's going to be complaining about in terms of, they can't blame it on car fumes. I mean, what are they going to blame it on?
Probably having a safe space.
I have cabriolet, ole hair and skin soon. Soon I'm going to be like a little red lobster. I'll fit right in. I'll melt into the interior. The steering wheel is amazing. This is Bakelite, I'm guessing. Is it Bakelite?
Yeah.
So cool. And the horn, can I?
Yeah.
The gauges are stunning. I mean, this is what I'm going to miss about classic cars is analog gauges.
Yeah.
How gorgeous are they? So after I pretend this car is mine for maybe 1 or 2 more kilometers, we're going to swap over.
You're actually not a bad driver. For a Sheila.
For a Sheila?
Sheila! Sheila, make me some fucking toast.
It's like the Aussie equivalent to Mom, Milo.
Yeah, Milo. Do you think the elderly person car space counts for cars as well? You know, put an elderly car in it.
I like that. Actually, that's good. I see the mums one, and I'm like, well, what about hopes and dreams? We should point out that we are in the Hangover car.
Oh, the Hangover Mobile.
But slightly different.
Yes. Yeah, this one, I don't know what engine the Hangover car had, but that same body shape, the W111 Cabriolet, but they came in different engines. This is the 3.5 V8 version.
Ooh.
Yes.
So it's got some snot.
Yeah, oh, not that much. I think it's about 200 horsepower from factory, so now it's probably about not 200. Yep.
2 ships in the night when we were working in a very well-known classic car establishment.
Yes. were.
You selling cars, I trying to sell cars.
We never worked there together though, which was sad.
That was sad. But we've had an amazing friendship ever since.
Yeah.
It's like ex-soldiers or something, I suppose. You fought the same the same war, yeah?
Yeah, well, the car industry is a war.
Been driving all day, so I look like weekend
At least it's
is
cold.
birdies.
It's only like
Do you want
36 degrees today. So.
Only amazing! And Dom wears man pants.
Tom wears man bands. What is a man band?
I'm wearing man pants.
Oh, man pants. I thought you said
man.
man band.
And that too. Special order.
Or the whole band.
Okay. Yep. Dom rolls out. Weekend at Bernie's style. You are similar to me in the sense that you love nature. You got a little bit of a hippy dippy streak to you. You love the earth. I love the earth. I have hope. I imagine you have hope. We know where we're headed. We know what the future is. But what's going to happen to these cars? I mean, for instance, they already phased out leaded fuel. That happened. That affected historic racing. We've had to retune our race cars to 102. That's fine. Look, they've given us an alternative. But what happens when, hi! I think they almost saw me fall out of the car before. What happens to these cars? You know, it's already in Europe very difficult to drive classic cars.
It's a huge problem. And also, young people just aren't, young people aren't learning to drive manual anymore. People under the age of 25, they just don't. A lot of them just, they just don't learn. I think Jay Leno said it, the death of the classic car will be that people just don't learn to drive manual anymore.
My God.
And then on top of that, classic cars are only expensive due to nostalgia. So they're only expensive because the people that grew up with this car back in 1971 when they were 20 years old or something and it was their absolute dream car, now, you know, if they were fortunate enough to come into money and be successful in business, now they want to buy them. But they're not the only one that wants to buy one. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of people that have memories of these cars, which is what drives classic car prices up.
Supply versus demand.
Yeah. This is why, I mean, a few pre-war cars are worth huge money, Duesenbergs and things like that. They are really, really special cars. They're really special cars. But the generation that grew up with them aren't really around anymore. Nor should they be driving cars.
I have something to tell you. I'm really 115. Oh man, but that's a really good point. They're not around, but okay, they're not around, but I'm around, and I think pre-war cars are awesome. So everyone just send me your pre-war car.
Yeah, but it's your passion of pre-war cars that will rub off on someone else and your kids and things like that, and you didn't grow up with them, nor did I grow up with this. One thing about electric cars that I do have an issue with, and this is gonna probably annoy a few people, I don't, and I'm a Mercedes nut, as you know, and this new AMG 1 is coming out.
Right.
But I don't think it is how fast the car is that makes it a supercar. I know that sounds kind of stupid.
No.
But I don't think even though a Formula One car is a really, really small capacity turbocharged engine, I don't think these small 1.5 litre turbocharged engines with 3 electric motors and things like that to me isn't a supercar.
Okay. How do you define a supercar then? The word supercar is thrown around pretty liberally, I would say.
Yeah. Well, for me, driving has to be a visceral experience, and you know, speed isn't the most important thing to me.
No, I agree.
The most important thing to me would be the noise.
Noise, that's... we will lose that. We will lose that with electric bikes. I hear you when people, you know, if I'm foolish enough to tell someone I've never met before that sometimes I hysteric race it, oh, you must love going fast, eh?
Yeah.
Well, a driver's 1750, I would love to know what it's like to go fast. But no, it's not even about that.
No. Well, it's all about the experience for me. So I've driven, as you know, as we both have, lots of Ferraris and lots of very, very fast cars, lots of Porsche GT3s, but you know, if you get a 1954 Austin Healey BN1 and fold the windscreen flat and put a pair of sunnies on, you'll feel more alive driving at 60 mile an hour in that than you will at 180 mile an hour in another car.
Oh, totally. It's the noise, it's the smell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the deluxe interiors, it's the age, for me, history. And I'm very, whenever I get into a classic car, I'm often tied up wondering what was this like back in its day. I mean, imagine
totally.
That, especially a car like this. Wow. What were people wearing? What were people listening to? What were people thinking? What was dating like? What was world politics like? Did the people in the car have the same anxieties and nerves that I had? I mean, my head just goes fucking bananas.
Well, might be older. And let Joyce and the Honda go past. Yeah, Joyce.
Oh, smell that? Was that Joyce?
It smelled like hot brakes.
Yeah, that smelled like some. No, that's not us. That was her. Joyce has been right.
Might have been me. No, I have been riding the brakes down that hill a fair way. It might be me. Take that out.
Yeah.
Putting the fucking brakes down the hill for the last half an hour. Smell that? That smells like fucking cooked drums. MGB.
Oh, cool.
Very, like if you, they're a very cool car. That is the ultimate. If you don't know what to buy, if you want to get into classic cars and you have no idea what to buy an MGB.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I'd go Alpha.
Oh yeah, but you need to live on a hill.
Your dad told me the funniest joke when we were prepping this car to get it ready. Can you repeat it?
Oh, I can. An Alfa Romeo joke, lady. Nice blonde lady. Just bought a brand new Alfa Romeo, took delivery of it, and took it home. And within a couple of days, it started running really rough. So she took it back to Alfa Romeo. She said it's running rough. And they're like, oh, look, just leave it with us for a couple of hours, come back, go get a coffee, we'll be able to sort it out. So she went away and she came back and they're like, look, it's running sweet, running like a plum. And she said, well, what was wrong with it? And they said, oh, crap in the carby. She said, oh, how often do I have to do that?
First time I've ever driven a Mercedes Cabriolet in my life. My very good car friend, Matt Mercedes. Thank you so much for this experience.